From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is facing growing calls from within his party caucus to step down as a Liberal leader. After emerging from a cabinet meeting late Friday, he did not answer any questions, instead saying that his team was squarely focused on Canada-U.S. relations ahead of Donald Trump's inauguration next month.
We know how important it is for Canadians that we be there to protect not just the Canadian economy, but their jobs, the cost of living challenges they're facing that could get worse. We have a lot of work to do.
The PM shuffled his cabinet earlier Friday, bringing in 8 new members to plug gaps after several cabinet ministers decided not to run in the election next year. Canada Post says it has processed its backload of parcels from the month-long strike and expects a significant portion of them to be delivered before Christmas.
The Crown Corporation says new commercial mail can be dropped off for processing while scheduled parcel pickup services are also back. But it says it won't start accepting new international mail until December 23rd as it works through a backlog of international mail and parcels. The Postal Service also says it will be delivering over this weekend in select cities in order to get more items to doors in time for Christmas. But it says Canadians should still expect domestic package delays into the new year. Lisa Laporte, The Canadian Press.
Today is the 3rd anniversary of the unsolved murder of 8-year-old Lee Marion Kane. Kane was fatally shot while he was sitting in a vehicle at an intersection in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. At the time, Halifax police told reporters that the shots were fired from a burgundy Chevrolet Traverse SUV with tinted windows, hitting both Kane and the 26-year-old driver of the car. Investigators say the suspects are 2 black men who were driving the vehicle. Anyone with information is asked to come forward. RCMP says officers in a Nunavut hamlet had to seek shelter as a blizzard bore down and their snowmobile was disabled by a man they had just arrested. Mounties in the Baffin Island community of Clyde River say that with weather conditions getting worse and the man resisting arrest, the 2 officers decided to ask nearby residents if they could hole up in their house. Ultimately, they were able to get in touch with a hamlet official who sent a snowplow to take one of them back to the detachment to get a police vehicle. And musical instrument maker Lorne Colley says he never wanted to sell his eclectic instruments before, but now he's getting old, and at 88, he's hoping the sale of his one-of-a-kind moose, antler, cello, and bass guitar will help him finance a new electric car.
Back then, when people wanted to buy them, I always said no. The first moose antler one I did, I was offered $35,000 for it.
Colley has since put the antler, bass, and cello up for sale on Facebook, but no buyers have come forward yet. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Nick Robertson, Bobby McCann, and Max Domi each had a goal and an assist as the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs beat the struggling Buffalo Sabres 6-3. Patrick Laine scored a power play goal at 12 minutes and 2 seconds of the third period, snapping a 3-3 tie and giving the visiting Montreal Canadiens a 4-3 win over the Detroit Red Wings. Meantime, Washington, Florida, the Rangers, Utah, and Colorado all posted NHL victories. Over to the NBA, Joel Embiid scored a game-high 34 points and added 9 assists in his first game back since suffering a sinus fracture, as the Philadelphia 76ers beat the visiting Charlotte Hornet 108-98. And Netflix has secured the U.S. broadcasting rights to the 2027-2031 Women's World Cup as the streaming giant continues its push into live sports. The deal announced on Friday is the most significant FIFA has signed with a streaming service for a major tournament. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.